Hello guys, welcome to techivy.com, your solution provider. My name is Jack and this is one more tutorial on Toon Boom Studio 8. Today we're going to learn how to add bones to an animation and make it move on the timeline. So let's start right away. Okay, I have already drawn a hand over here. If I zoom out you can see better from a more distant view. I know it's not perfect, but it is the best I could do, given that I use a mouse and not a pen. So you can do whatever you want. Just make sure the drawing that you make does not interact with more than one body parts. Otherwise, the whole drawing could be a mess when adding the bones. Maybe you can also start with an arm, just like I did. And after you're finished with that, go over here to the Add Bones tool where you're gonna create the bones, and just click and drag so you create the bones at where you want the hand to move. So I put a bone to the, actually let me place that to a better place. No, maybe it will start from here. I put a bone to the upper arm, which will end here, about in the middle of the arm, and then one more bone over here to the lower arm, and one bone for the hand. And now I'm done with bones, and you can see here that each bone is below the previous one. So we got parent bones and child bones, and then we go here to the bones movement, the manipulator tool, and we can click each bone and move it as we want. So you can see that now we're moving bones just like that. And if you want to um, click and drag its bone separately, then you have to make the bones a bit more distant, meaning that one bone should end here and the next one should be a bit more distant than that. So you can either rotate the bone from here, or you can rotate the whole hand. You see, if I click on this little dot over here, it moves the point without moving the bone. But if I click the whole bone, then it moves the whole hand. Uh, yes, that might seem like a suspicious gesture, but it was not made on purpose. So let's say now that I want to animate this, in a time given of about 10 seconds. We go here, let's say here, doesn't matter, and its we click its layer over here, and we then right click and choose extend child exposure. Do the same with all the layers, even though if it's done here, then it's done for all the child layers. So we're good to go. We're given the time of 13 frames. Let's go for 20 frames, I'd say. Do the same thing, right click and choose extend. This should extend the layer, the children exposure. So now we're good to go again. Yes. So what I'm going to do is start over here. This will be the primary position of the hand, and I will go a few frames after that. I can make the timeline a bit bigger just so you can see. So I will go, no, I think that is not right what we did here. We actually duplicated the timeline, and this is the timeline that we care about, but we can undo that because this will not be needed unless it is for another project. So this will be the starting position of the hand. Let me just do again the same process over here for the hand, just to make sure that we're fine. And then we click that and we're good to go. So we go a few frames after that and we animate the hand how we want it to be. Maybe just move over here and the hand over here, or maybe move it over here, and then we either click, right click and choose where it is create, no, we can either right click and add a keyframe, or you can see that the hotkey for that is I, so you can just go to the frame you want. Here you can see the frames and press I. This will put a keyframe for you right where you want, and then a few frames after that we can drag this back down and bring the whole hand down and add a keyframe right over here for that. So now you can see that as I go along the timeline this happens. We start right here and then we go back here, and then we can add a keyframe for that if we want, just like that. Now we only move the lower arm and the upper arm, and this is how you can animate everything you draw on Toon Boom Studio 8. Just make sure that you use more than one layers if you're going to draw more body parts and you want bones for all of them. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I will do my best to reply. For more tips and tricks, visit techivy.com, your solution provider, and until the next video, take care.